Who would think you could find views like this in the desert just off the Wasatch Front? Well, you can. And today, At Your Leisure is showing you where to go. I'm Darren Kinder. Join Jill and me as we ride to the top of the world with some great new friends. From there, Terry Wood heads to the Bonneville Salt Flats to discover what is damaging the salt and how racers and land managers are working to fix it. Finally, Steve Human previews a 4x4 event that will turn you into a rock crawler. Own the outdoors right now with At Your Leisure.
Welcome to At Your Leisure. I'm Jill Kinder.
And I'm Darren Kinder. Today we are what we've nicknamed the Tri-County Trail.
Yeah, we're gonna go see what this trail is all about. It goes through 3 different counties.
Yep, we're in, Juab County, Utah County, and Tooele County.
Yep. Yeah, so it made sense to call the Tri-County Loop or Trail.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it was going to be Bill's Trail. So
yeah. And we brought Bill.
We did bring Bill, and Bill knows the trail, so that would have been appropriate as well. We're out here with Stedman's Recreation and a bunch of other new friends.
And we brought some great people along to join us, and we're really having a great time.
Should be a lot of fun. Let's see what they think about what we're going to do.
Today is kind of a customer appreciation day with us, with the Cedar Valley crew, Cedar Valley and Fairfield crew, and we're just introducing old customers of each place to each other and because they live by each other and really don't know each other, and they all know incredible trails out here, so we're just kind of blessed to have them show us some of their cool spots. It's nice to get everybody together in a big gathering. It's kind of like, it's like a family reunion.
You become a tribe. You like at the races or whatever, whether it's people with you or people you meet on the trail, you all have that same thing in common. Checking out some of the trails just south of Cedar Fort. Checking out some new terrain, I've never seen it. So a little bit of everything, some scenic views. I mean, you can pretty much see the whole state from where we're standing right here, and just some rough terrain and just new trails, pine trees.
It's a fantastic time. I mean, anytime you get to ride anything, it's a good time. It doesn't matter what we spend to make it great, it's just that we do it. Spend the time doing it, spend the time with your friends, spend the time with your family. We're out in the middle of the desert, in the middle of nowhere. We're gonna have a good time.
So I hear that we're going to an amazing overlook a little later and some amazing trails, and so we'll tell you a little more details about those when we get there.
Yeah, but one of the things you gotta remember when you come out on the trail, bring lots of water and lots of food.
Yeah.
Me, I'm always hungry, so I always gotta have some food around. But
well, and you just never know. There's
Yeah.
nothing out here, and so you really, if you're out for 3 or 4 hours, you get hungry.
yeah, and you bring your producer along, and he doesn't bring any food, so you gotta bring some from him as well.
That's always the case. But right now, we're going to let you go to our travel adventure.
Okay, I don't know if you can see that, but that wheel is off the ground, and I'm holding it in this position. And I'm not going to tell you it's the most comfortable place I've ever been in my life.
Hey everybody, I'm Stephen Human, and right now I'm in the Moapa Valley, just north of Las Vegas, test running some of the trails that will be open next weekend for one of the biggest and most fun 4x4 events of the fall. It's called the Hump and Bump, and I'm going to give you a little preview to get your blood pumping. The Moapa Valley is a very interesting place. Hugged on every side by desert mountains, the valley is an oasis known for pomegranates and green fields. The towns of Logandale and Overton sprang up here and play host to visitors in search of red rock adventure in the colored lands to the west. Locals discovered these areas long ago, and they were an unknown playground for anyone not in the know. But over the last decade, more and more explorers from outside the Vegas area have discovered these crimson stones, and part of that has been because of the Hump and Bump, an excursion into the rocks for rigs of all sizes and shapes with drivers of every skill level.
The Vegas Valley Four Wheelers annual Hump and Bump event is a rock crawling event here in Logandale Trails, one of our recreation areas here in southern Nevada. This event's been being worked on for several months between the club, the Bureau of Land Management, and as well as Nevada State Parks, because some of the trails go through Nevada State Parks land, and National Park Service Lake Mead National Recreation Area has portions of the trail. So it's been a coordinated effort between the club and the two federal agencies as well as the state agency.
The cooperation between all the agencies and user groups has been a model for other events to follow and has allowed Hump and Bump to grow where others have contracted. Hundreds of 4x4s descend on the small town of Logandale and have done so now for the past 34 years. The reason they come to this out-of-the-way destination year in and year out is obvious.
Logandale is out of the way, and it's beautiful out here. It's got trails for everybody that, you know, if you want to come out and do a number 1 trail, it's here. If you want to do a number 5 trail, it's definitely here. We work with the BLM and make sure that we can keep our trails open, and they are out here today watching us, making sure we're not smashing any plants or, you know, displacing rocks and stuff like that. We love it out here because you have everything here.
Bureau of Land Management Las Vegas office has been working with this club for several years. They're great stewards of the land. They're one of the clubs we turn to when we need volunteer work done. They're always willing to help out. They bring their vehicles to go places that ours can't always get to bring supplies and stuff we need for projects we might be working on. It's just a good partnership.
That partnership has led to the Logandale Trail System actually growing to even more routes in the past few years, many of which are on display today. The Hump and Bump prides itself on being very inclusive. And with so many trails out here, there are actually plenty of paths for every type of driver. For those who want to try something a little crazy, to those who just want to see the beauty.
We rate our trails from 1 to 5, 1 being just a dirt road. And then we have a trail all the way up to a 5, which is, we take our, what we call them, rock buggies or buggies. It's total carnage where you can break stuff, you can tip over.
And that is where Stacy puts me.
Let's make this happen.
Number 5 trails require a good amount of skill and an even better spotter, which is good for me since much of the time I'm not going to be able to see what's in front of me.
So let's see if I can not embarrass myself on national television. Well, Tim, who is acting as my spotter, keeps saying that I'm doing perfectly, but I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't feel like I'm doing perfectly as this thing, you know, lists from one side to the next. But it is very thrilling because my heart's pounding pretty good. The only way this could be more stressful is if this wasn't my Jeep. Oh wait, it's not my Jeep.
But luckily I made it out, and the Jeep was little the worse for wear. Again, there are rides for every skill set at the Hump and Bump, so it doesn't matter if you've never taken your stock machine off the pavement before. You're going to be able to run the trails and have a great weekend. Hotels in Overton allow you to stay close to all the action, or you can stay in Mesquite or Vegas if you prefer. Camping is also plentiful in the Red Rock Dunes area for RVs and tents, so there's no excuse to miss the event. The day will be capped off by an amazing dinner with prizes and raffles that will give you the opportunity to share stories of carnage from the ride. Plus, the weather out here this time of year comes about as close to perfect as is possible. There'll be no better time than next weekend to come down here and explore.
Well, I'm really glad to be off that number 5 trail, let me tell you, but this one is a little bit tough as well, so I better be paying attention. So quickly, if you want to come to the Hump and Bump, it's November 6th and 7th right here in Logandale, Nevada. You can register at vv4w.org/hump and bump. It's $85 per vehicle, and that includes all of the trail access, raffle tickets, all kinds of great stuff. So sign up today and come out here and join us. Darren and Jill are going to be there, so say hi to them. I'm Stephen Heumann for At Your Leisure. We need to take a commercial break, but when we come back, Reagan Ledbetter is going to have some outdoor cooking for us. So keep it here on At Your Leisure.
It's out there. Something is definitely out there. Whatever it is, it's big. At one point, I swear, we got so close I could smell it. But then, poof, it was gone.
Right. It exists. The new Honda Pioneer 1000 with a best-in-class engine and 6-speed fully automatic dual-clutch transmission. Pioneer 1000 from Honda.
A mountainside trail, a day of speed that pushes your limits, a desert oasis that opens your horizons, a land of horsepower for every taste. Tooele County is all of them in one. It's time to experience a new adventure you never knew you were missing. It's time to find out what's just over the mountain. Tooele County, Utah. The Wasatch Front is your home. Tooele is your backyard.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. I'm Reagan and I'm here with Ryan from Camp Chef, and we're gonna make a recipe that is with salmon. That's one of my favorites. So we're doing this one with cedar planks, right?
Yeah, so we got our cedar planks here, soaked them in a little bit of water for about a half hour or more.
I've done that before without soaking them, and it did not turn out well. So you have to make sure and soak them.
It'll help with the flavor too, because the water in there, it'll absorb it more. So
we made pizza last year on this pizza maker.
We did make pizza. That was good pizza. That was good pizza. And this time we want to do something a little different. Maybe you've been to those restaurants with a big stone oven.
Oh yeah.
This will do the same type of cooking, but just in your backyard. First of all, we're gonna grab some lemons here. And our filet is going to sit on the lemon for some added flavor.
Oh, okay. And that is the skin side down on the lemon?
Yeah, skin side down on the lemon.
All right, and then we can season it how we want.
Exactly.
Do you have a favorite way?
You can do definitely whatever you want, seasoning-wise, on your fish.
So what are you using there?
So this is just an all-purpose seasoning salt, actually. There you go.
All right, so voila.
Now, as we've been doing this, the oven's been heating up. We're sitting about 400 degrees, so that's perfect.
What you want.
Yeah.
All right, so
very
we put these salmon right in there, right?
Yep, go ahead and just kind of set it in there, and I'll scoot it back with my tongs here.
Okay, kind of push back a little bit so it's under the heat.
Yeah, exactly, and we do have this door here, so I can put that door on and keep the heat in there.
Door. Yeah. All right, so you have it at about 400. How long do you want these to stay in here?
Just till they're cooked, so keep an eye on it. If you want to eat sushi or whatever, you know, you'll pull it out a little earlier, but You'll just want to keep an eye on it and make sure it's cooked.
Okay.
Just probably about 10 minutes or so should do it. Keep an eye on it, and when you think they're about ready,
well, I know sometimes when the fat kind of comes up, you can see like the white.
Exactly.
The good fat that you want.
And that's what we have here on our fish. So we're thinking these are done, and we'll give them a try. We want to make it look nice, so we can just grab some of these lemons here. Go the extra mile.
Nice, you're sweet.
And you just kind of fold them like that.
Oh, then you look all gourmet when you're
doing it.
And
you know, it just gives some for them to be excited about. That way, at least if it doesn't taste good, hey, it looks good, right?
It looks beautiful. How do I get one of these?
Go online, check out campchef.com, and we have a dealer locator there. And you can either buy it from us or other places online.
Well, they're cool things that you can get too, a kit that comes with
this
if you want to buy something extra because it has all the pizza stuff, right?
Yeah, you know, sometimes, you know, we made fish today is pretty easy, but if you're gonna do pizza, we have the kit, all the tools that you'll need to make your pizza.
Okay, Ryan, thank you so much.
I'm gonna have some more.
Me too. I'm gonna jump back in here because you did a good job. Thank you. All right, more At Your Leisure when we return. Oh, it's so good. Seriously, it's so good.
Discover Can-Am's wide range of industry-leading vehicles during the Yellow Tag event. For a limited time, get the industry-acclaimed Outlander L starting at $59.49, or choose the powerful Outlander, the versatile Commander, or the turbocharged Maverick. With cash rebates up to $2,500. Offer ends soon. Visit your local dealer during the Yellow Tag event. Can-Am, the ride says it all.
The farmer awakes as night releases its grip on darkness. This will always be home. As farmers, we understand that there is beauty in this solitude, and we also know that there is power in working together. The Utah Farm Bureau has always been there to fight for the needs of its members. To this day, Farm Bureau is still providing insurance to Utah's hardworking farm families, as well as your family. Utah Farm Bureau members also enjoy other benefits of membership, with discount programs on items ranging from vehicles and ATVs to health and wellness. The membership fees aren't big, but the results are. We've been around since 1916, and we're not leaving anytime soon. Utah Farm Bureau. We work for those who work to feed the world.
Tucked away just outside of Cedar City, Utah, are two of southern Utah's best-kept secrets, Canaraville Falls and Kolob Canyons. The rare scenic views create beautiful backdrops to capture the perfect selfie. Get your selfie to Canaraville Falls or Kolob Canyons and get in on one of Utah's best-kept secrets. Go to visitcedarcity.com and access your adventure.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We are continuing on the Tri-County Loop.
Or whatever it's called.
Or whatever, that's what we call it. Anyway, it's been a beautiful trail. We've been through some really diverse terrain, from grassy meadows to rocks, steep hills.
Yeah, we really had a lot of different, from little tiny trails to big wide, just regular dirt roads. So, just a lot of things and everything in between.
It's been beautiful, and since we're enjoying it so much, I hope you will as well. So let's find out a little bit more detail about these trails.
This trail is something we've been doing for years. It's a great little loop. Took us a few years to find it. It's got several canyons. There's many ways to do it, but it's a good trail ride. You can pick up some good trails, roads, canyons, oversee all of Utah from here almost, in Utah County and Tooele. Spent a lot of time putting it together as a loop, and it's a lot of fun.
I think, the desert out here, I don't think anyone has a clue how beautiful it is until they've been up here, and especially getting to the peaks of these mountains and overlooking the valley and seeing all the leaves change and how many trees are really out here, and it's just beautiful. I wouldn't have ever known it was so pretty out here.
Just turn right there in Fairfield, there's a sign, and you can go down Allen's Ranch Road. It's about 14 miles straight, and just kind of bear to the right, and we take off from there. And the ride itself, it's a good ride. You get to experience a little bit of everything, and most everybody can do the ride. It's pretty well pick and choose your way, so if it gets a little difficult one way, you can go another.
It's amazing what just a day away from the city can do, and just having those friendships, and you stop along the trail and tell stories and run into friends, and I don't ever turn down an invitation like this. The companionship, having your man right next to you, is kind of fun, but it's a whole different experience when you're taking your own out and going for yourself and making all the challenges and getting through them, and it's kind of rewarding. There's not a hill I can't climb that a man can.
Can you believe the views from this spot?
I know, it's absolutely spectacular. Not just the local, right around us, the trees have all been turning, and we just came up through some gorgeous oak brush. It just looked like it was on fire. And now, you can see Utah Lake back there and Mount Timpanogos. I can see the dunes on the other side.
Sound Mountain right there.
And, Nebo and everything. It's absolutely spectacular how far around you can see from this point.
Yeah, so now we've kind of reached the summit of our trip for today, and then we'll go down and see what else we can find.
Yeah, and just one turn after another. We just came out this trail that was so narrow. Our little 570 Razor was scraping on both sides. It was really fun.
It was really fun. I understand why you wear a helmet even though you're inside a roll bar.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we were whacked in the
off.
head, whacking each other in the head.
That's
yeah,
right.
But it was fun. We had a
lot of fun.
Really good time.
So while we go on the rest of our adventure, we're going to let you go to a trailhead brought to you by Rocky Mountain ATVMC.com.
Yep.
Like a lot of races, I don't really understand what's here. We'd come out and race on white salt. Now that's kind of gone away. I don't have any answers, but I've got a lot of questions.
The Bonneville Salt Flats have been a destination for super high-speed racers for more than a century. In fact, the first land speed record was set here in 1914. Now, the flats are the perfect roadway for drivers in search of the 500-mile-per-hour mark, since the salt acts as a natural coolant to tires that would quite literally melt from friction on any other surface. But over the years, racers have begun to notice changes in the texture and amount of salt on this ancient lake bed. It's also come to their attention that the natural track just isn't as flat and as smooth as in years past. And that poses a danger to anyone racing at speeds more than 200 miles per hour. Today, a group of racers, land managers, and public officials have journeyed to this white expanse to discuss what may be causing the problem and to try to rectify it before it's too late.
We have real concerns in Utah's racing community, in fact the racing community throughout the West, on the deteriorating quality of our iconic Bonneville Salt Flats. And so we're anxious as a state to partner with the BLM and with the industry and most importantly with our incredible racing community to see what we can do to help rehabilitate our salt flats and get them back into pristine racing condition.
I have seen a significant change in how hard the salt is, and a couple years back in 2010, I believe, I noticed it more so on the left-hand side of our motorhome. We got a 100-gallon water tank in there and it just had a little drip on the one side. And after about 3 days, it burned a hole in the salt, and that's when I noticed how close that salt was to that mud layer that we've been seeing today.
The reasons for the changes in salt quality and size are numerous and varied. Potash extraction has impacted the area. So has the freeway. Famous racers like Rick Vesco have spent the last few years studying core samples and the salt thickness. They're trying to determine what cause creates which effect. Evidence of the change in salt crust is readily visible in comparison photographs. These pictures are taken between 1984 and 2014. One of the problems they've discovered has to do with the ditch and culvert system that has been in place now for many decades and changes how water is distributed on the flats.
At 1901 or 2 or something, this was just bare land, nothing here. And the water is what smooths the salt flats. It blows around. But now we got it, it's like a pinball machine. It runs into this, it goes over that road, it goes down there, hits the other. Wherever the wind goes is where the water goes, and it's going to be a fun one to chase down.
The potash is getting extracted, and the salt that goes along with it is depleting the surface here.
Plans currently involve agencies and racers jointly to determine how best to mitigate all of the contributing factors and plot a course for a future where the salt flats remain intact and open to racing. If solutions aren't agreed upon and environmental changes made soon, the racing conditions could deteriorate to the point where the 400-mile-per-hour chasers have to find another location.
People that come from around the world come to visit Bonneville, and they're not car people, they're just tourists. But they come here to visit it and take pictures, and because they know about it. To lose it would just, you just can't put that into words.
We're true racers at heart, and we want to do this bad enough. We're already talking about getting a container and taking our stuff to Australia. That we're that serious about it, you know. If there isn't going to be a place for us to run, we're already thinking about Plan B, and Plan B is Australia.
Hopefully, Plan A will succeed in replenishing the salt that has become an icon of Utah and the racing world. From the trailhead, I'm Terry Wood.
Razor, Ranger, Sportsman, Ace. There's a Polaris to match your passion. Confident, comfortable, capable. That's Ace. With a solo cockpit, automotive controls, independent suspension, all-wheel drive, and up to 45 horses of fuel-injected power. Calling it revolutionary would be an understatement.
Beautiful scene, isn't it? The great wide spaces of the wild, wild West. Hi, I'm Chad Booth, host of At Your Leisure. I'm asking you to support the Blue Ribbon Coalition. Their efforts responsibly preserve access to our public lands. If it were not for the Blue Ribbon Coalition and their efforts, you may not have access to millions of acres of land across the West. This is America's playground, and if we don't do anything, we are going to lose it. Join, participate, and donate.
Well, welcome back to At Your Leisure. And whenever you go out with some people, make sure they bring the food. I mean, look at this beautiful jalapeno hamburger and everything.
Yeah,
And
we had sandwiches for lunch, but for dinner, hamburgers, macaroni salad, potato salad. We brought the right people to bring the food.
Yeah, always come with these guys because they're set up. And this place is actually, it's pretty easy to get to. You just go west out of Lehigh towards Eagle Mountain, and then just stay on that road to Cedar Fort. And if you know the road starts heading south there, and just keep on it until it makes a hard right turn, and that's the Fremont area, and that's Camp Floyd Cemetery's there, the turnoff for the airport's there. Just get on that road, which is Allen Ranch Road, and just head south on that, about 10 miles on a dirt road.
Quite a ways, but
Yeah.
you'll see the hills start popping up and the trails that you can follow. So there's
It's not too hard to find.
No, and trails everywhere. But I'm going to start my dinner.
Ah.
And why don't you tell everybody about the calendar of events?
Then I can't eat my hamburger.
Afterwards.
Oh, okay. Okay, first of all, we have Hump and Bump, November 6th and 7th in Logandale, Nevada. And that's just outside of Mesquite, really easy to get to. And this is a jeeping event, and if you haven't been out 4x4ing before, this is a great opportunity. You can register at vv4w.org/Hump and Bump. And make sure you get up to Centerville next weekend, November 7th, and check out Tri-City's open house. They're going to have all the brand new sleds up there displayed and on sale, plus a great deal on all their gear. Now our next event is November 12th through the 14th, and this is the CTS Side-by-Side Adventure at Sand Hollow. You can get more information about this great event. Just go to our website and click on our calendar of events, and all that information is there for you to check out. It's going to be a great time. Now let's go to our weekly sticker winner. It's Glenn Ellingford, and he has a great sticker on the back of his boat. You have just won a Camp Chef stove. These things are awesome. You're going to love it. Call us at 801-947-8888.
Go out to Stedman's and get your AYL sticker. If you want more information about our events coming up, go to AYLTV.com. And for now, stay tuned for next week's show.
What does the biggest little city on earth have to offer an adventurer looking for a bit of everything? Well, next week on At Your Leisure, we'll take a closer look at not only the desert adventures on the Nevada-California border, but what the winter has in store as well. It's a destination that will get you on the road and take you to places you never even knew existed. It's all here next week on At Your Leisure.
Well, I'm really excited about next week's show.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun as well.
Probably not as much fun as we've had today, but we'll see.
We'll see. But right now we're headed back to the cars, so we've got to wrap this adventure up.
Yeah, and if you want some more information about this, get out to Stedman's in Tooele and talk to Shane or Russ or any one of those guys, and they'll be glad to tell you all about where we've been and what we've been up to today. So just remember,
get out and create your own adventure
at your leisure.
But now, get out and
remember.
Experience. Oh, remember.
Remember.
Get outside. Nope.
I forgot what else we're supposed to say. Oh, get out to Stedman's. Okay.
Hi, I'm Chad Booth from At Your Leisure. I hope you just enjoyed the YouTube video that you just watched. Now, remember, we come up with new videos like this every single week, so you might want to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss a single story that we have out. Now, you can also share us with all of your friends on social media. Here's how to do it right here. And that way, they can have fun too. If you want detailed information, we of course have our website, AYLTV.com, and from there you can find out which television stations we broadcast on, so you never have to spend a day without your fix of family-oriented outdoor recreation adventure. Plus, don't forget we have really cool contests.